How's it going, guys? Preston or Citizen Response. Today we're going to be answering the question for a first-time handgun buyer, why buying a full-size gun might not be the right thing for them. Before we jump into the main topic of the video, some of you guys are aware I'm an affiliate with AOR, aka Attorneys on Retainer, which offers the best legal self-defense firearm coverage that you can find in the United States. They'll cover you in all 50 states. They'll cover you in gun-free zones, and even if you're charged criminally. A lot of other companies cannot do that because AOR is a law firm. If you are interested in signing up, you can use my code Citizen Response to save some money on your one-time sign-up fee. Whether you are somebody who has been shooting for a long time or somebody who is just now jumping into the firearms market, one thing has probably remained the same, whether for the last 10, 15 years, if not longer, is the advice given to new gun owners, especially people looking to purchase a handgun, is their first handgun they buy should be a full size. This is told for a few different reasons. Now, this gun is unloaded and clear. This is a Walther PDP steel frame, just using it as a prop to kind of demonstrate what I'm trying to explain. So you take something like this, for example, big, heavy, full-size gun with a really good trigger. The reason that somebody is pushed towards purchasing this for their first gun most of the time is you're gonna have a higher ammo capacity. So this one holds 18 rounds, 17, 18 rounds. It's going to be easier to hang on to. The size and mass is going to soak up recoil, and it's going to make it easier for you to learn how to shoot. All these things are true, but there is a specific type of gun owner who is jumping into the firearms community now where something like this actually may be detrimental for their first purchase. I find that the first-time handgun buyer now really falls into one of two main categories. The first category is your kind of generalist person who wants to get into owning a gun. Maybe they want it for home defense, they want something to feel secure, but they're not going to carry it on their person. They're not going to go out and about. They're not going to go shoot competitively with it. So yeah, push that person towards buying a full-size handgun, or maybe not even a handgun at all, maybe a rifle or a shotgun. But that's a different video for a different time. For that, yeah, absolutely pushing them towards a full size is going to be appropriate, like Glock 17, MP 2.0, PDP, whatever. A lot of good options out on the market. That kind of person, that still makes sense. However, I think over the last maybe 5+ years, we have seen an influx of a new first type of shooter. And I was one of these, and many of you guys probably are as well. We're talking about the person that has been, doom surfing the internet, and they are all into the concealed carry thing, whether it be because the place they live is a higher crime area. They've seen all of the, proliferation of active shootings, unfortunately, happening in this country. And they don't want to be a victim. They know that maybe when they turn 21, depending on your state, the first thing they're going to do is go get that concealed carry permit. Or they live in a constitutional carry state, and they're going to start carrying right on the day of their birthday when they can't legally. This is somebody that may not benefit from spending their money on their first gun being a full size. I'm going to tell you why. Let's say that this person is on a somewhat fixed budget. They're not going to have the money set aside to go out and buy multiple different guns. Now that people are getting into optics off day one, which is an awesome thing, they're not going to have money maybe to go buy a full size gun with an optic and a concealed carry gun with an optic. So now they're kind of left with a dilemma. Everyone is telling them, hey, I should go out and buy a full size gun. But, on my frame, someone like my size or even bigger, a lot of people just aren't going to carry something like a Glock 17, a full-size M&P. Yes, I know people can get away with doing that, but your average person, that's not what they're looking for. They're looking for a concealed carry gun that is built for that. And the sales absolutely reflect this. The pistols that have been dominating the sales charts probably for the last 5+ years are the slimline micro carry guns. So your 365s, Shield Pluses, 43X, those are just the ones that pop off the top of my head that have been dominating the sales, and that's why every company is coming out with their version of a slimline, higher capacity gun to fill that market. So we take this type 2 person, the person that knows, okay, I have a fixed budget, let's say $500 to $700, I need to buy my first gun. This is gonna be the gun that I carry, the gun that I primarily train with as well. This type of person, I think, fits a niche that they should not be going out and buying a full-size gun, because for a lot of people, they're not going to want to carry that thing and lug that thing around. Why not go ahead and spend that money, and the first gun that you are getting inundated with is the gun that you are actually going to be concealed carrying. So what's really interesting with this is it used to be back in the day, Glock 43, Smith & Wesson Shield, or Glock 19, Glock 26. Those were kind of your options. Low capacity, very slimline, easy to carry gun that's harder to shoot because the grip circumference is very small, versus a gun that's going to be easy to learn on, like a Glock 19 or Glock 17. Over the last few years, we have evolved out of being stuck in that dichotomy. Now we have, like the guns I mentioned before, Shield Plus that can flex up to 14 rounds. Glock 43X with additional aftermarket magazines can be 15 rounds. SIG P365X can go up to 17 rounds. So you're talking about a gun that, you know, basically kills the capacity issue of like, well, you should buy something with high capacity. These guns can flex into both of those roles. For a home defense role, a lot of these guns do have a pick rail or some kind of light mounting rail on them, and you can absolutely mount like a TLR7 sub or even a TLR7A. So that micro to mid-size carry gun can now flex into a home defense role. Now we're talking about a gun that has the capacity, has the ability to have a weapon light if that's the kind of thing you want for a home defense gun. Now kind of the last topic that they have to cover as well is going to be a shootable and easy to learn on as something as a full size. The answer is probably not. To be completely honest, they are more difficult to learn to shoot on than, you know, using a full size. They're less forgiving, but I don't necessarily think this is a bad thing. I think that if this is the gun they're going to be primarily carrying with, they might as well start putting in the time, suffering through learning how to shoot micro compacts, and it is possible to be able to shoot them at a very high level with enough training and enough dry fire. So the next time maybe a cousin or a friend comes to you and says, hey, I really want to get into concealed carry, I really want to start learning how to shoot a pistol, but I only have X amount of money, what should I do or what should I buy? Really try and use this filter. Don't necessarily just go ahead and tell them, hey, you need to go out and buy a full-size gun. Because for them, that may not be the right answer. They can toss a red dot, high capacity mags, and a white light on their mid compact, like a Hellcat Pro, Shield Plus, whatever. And that's gonna be able to serve their needs best and also fit within their budget at a more reasonable level. And then they won't get stuck with a gun that they can't carry because it's too big, too cumbersome, and now they have to go out and buy something else that they could have just bought in the first place. That's all I got for you guys today. Thank you for taking the time to watch the video. I hope it was thought-provoking. I hope it was helpful. If you're interested, if you disagree with me, shoot me comments down below. I get lots of interesting and awesome comments down to start discussion, help me come up with ideas for videos for the channel, or even challenge my preconceived notions and beliefs with certain things in this firearm and training realm. Guys, as always, at the end of my videos, I like to give an offer. If you are interested, I will send you a chronological Bible completely free of charge. I became a Christian, you know, later on in my life, in the grand scheme of things. And it definitely helped 180 the direction I was headed on, and it can absolutely do the same thing for you. Guys, as always, thank you so much for watching the video. Get out there, train hard, stay safe.